What if you had to pick between having a safe place to live or the next meal on the table? This is food insecurity. Food insecurity is the lack of consistent access to enough food for an active, healthy lifestyle. This could be due to a variety of reasons, such as financial restrictions, lack of transportation, isolation, and more. Food insecurity is more prevalent than one may think, as it has been reported that 1 in every 8 Americans are food insecure. Many individuals are not aware of how prevalent food insecurity is, which is why I feel that it's important to bring awareness to this issue. On the macro level of analysis, it's estimated that 10.4% of American households were food insecure in 2021. As one could assume, the pandemic brought many new challenges to many Americans. In April of 2020, unemployment reached the highest, as it was 14.8%, the highest rate ever observed since the start of data collected in 1948. Often food insecurity and income go hand in hand, so the millions of Americans who lost their jobs were placed into new and difficult economic positions, limiting their financial resources for food. On the Mesa level of analysis, the state of Hawaii has food deserts scattered across the islands of Hawaii, Maui, and Oahu. These food deserts also cover the entire islands of Lanai and Molokai. Food deserts are rural locations where food access and income are low. With already high cost of living in Hawaii, these residents face additional challenges due to the lack of public transit services. The bus, the main transportation service in Hawaii, runs mainly in Honolulu. Locations outside of Honolulu face limited bus services, and without help for those isolated, food insecurity is perpetuated in Hawaii. On the micro level of analysis, the pandemic greatly increased the dependence of food assistance on the island of Oahu. The demand for assistance in May 2020 was 206% higher than it was in the previous year. The Hawaii Food Bank had to distribute 144 pounds of food daily on Oahu. Since then, the effects of the pandemic still greatly impact the residents of Oahu. On a personal level, I've known about food donation services before, as my family would donate to the Hawaii Food Bank through school programs. But seeing the lines of cars and individuals that actually utilized the distribution services during the pandemic was a totally different experience. This is what made me want to learn more about food insecurity. I am primarily conducting an ethnographic research method due to the personal observations and interviews. The CSL organization that I conducted research at is Angel Network Charities, a food bank located in Ainahaina, Hawaii. Angel Network Charities, or ANC, is a nonprofit organization that focuses on providing food services to families and individuals who struggle financially to make ends meet. ANC was founded by Ivy Olson in 1989 and since then has been focused on families in East Oahu. The ANC Food Bank works with the Ohana Produce Program and is supported by Calvary by the Sea Lutheran Church. The main service they run is Pantry Days, which distributes fresh produce or dry goods weekly.
Before the pandemic, our busiest numbers were about 100 households. In the height of the pandemic, we reached 1,100. We have mellowed out since then to about 600, 700 on our busiest days, but still busy, so we have grown to a size that we can't operate without volunteers anymore.
Yes, the amount of people that come through the distribution does surprise me. Since the pandemic, we have seen a huge increase in numbers as well as the age of people who come through. And so we're really seeing a younger population come through with a lot of families and things like that. So that is surprising to me.
We quickly just got very busy and more individuals are coming by. We used to operate only as a walk-up system, and then slowly we adjusted to a drive-through and a walk-up. Then we had to stop our walk-up system because we just didn't have enough volunteers to run it anymore.
Aloha Harvest, one of our partner agencies, and they do a fantastic job of getting food that's about to be thrown away from grocery stores and restaurants, and they rescue all this food and bring it to us to distribute to our clients. And during the pandemic, we lost a lot of that because the restaurants were closed. We're back, in business with them, and they're helping us, and we're in a good place right now.
To be food secure, income is needed. Income is the salaries and wages gained from working. Without money, easily obtaining food is not possible. Within our society, social class, or the groupings of people with similar levels of wealth and income, creates separation between people. Lower social class individuals are often more susceptible to food insecurity due to competing monetary needs. In Max Weber's view of social class, people's life chances or the opportunity to provide overall positive goods, living conditions, and quality of life plays a role. Under this, those in the lower class are destined to face limitations such as the lack of nutritious food. These clear-cut differences lead to social inequality or members of society having differing amounts of prestige, wealth, or power. As tensions rise between differing classes, unequal economic rewards or powers can be perpetuated among entire rankings of groups, as explained in social stratification. The unequal distribution of wealth among groups fosters the socio-economic imbalance in society. With systemic inequalities, low-income earners have a greater difficulty in overcoming food insecurity. Some members of society are labeled as underclass, the long-term poor who lack training and skills necessary for work. Others additionally may experience relative poverty, which is when their income is below the median value. Those that are underclass and facing relative poverty are often food insecure, since these individuals lack the financial resources to meet all minimum living costs, making it harder to obtain nutritious food. Within social classes, a minority group is a subordinate group whose members have significantly less control or power over their own lives. These underrepresented communities face unequal treatment, such as in job availability, which can limit their availability of sufficient funds to purchase food. Often, underrepresented communities may face prejudice, which is a negative attitude towards a group of individuals. Prejudice causes discrimination, which is the denial of opportunities and equal rights to individuals due to arbitrary reasoning. These negative opinions further perpetuate the problem of food insecurity as the issues go beyond income and into the rights of the individual. From a functionalist perspective, members of society can put in their time, resources, and efforts to contribute to food assistance programs to help those in need. Those who choose to volunteer contribute to the functionality of food banks by providing financial resources or their time. The efforts of organizations and volunteers help to stabilize society and promote economic opportunity, since individuals who are food insecure may be able to obtain the necessary help. From an interactionist perspective, families who are food insecure can reach out to food organizations. At these organizations, staff members and volunteers can interact with those food insecure and provide help. At these community events, interactions can bring a sense of hope for those food insecure, and those food secure can begin to empathize. This in turn can grow a mutual understanding, promoting a sense of urgency towards solving the issue of food insecurity together. Food insecurity follows conflict theory with patterns of inequality, as food insecurity often goes hand in hand with other issues such as poverty, social isolation, and other economical disadvantages. Many food insecure individuals are put at a disadvantage because they are often left in lower paying jobs or belong to underrepresented communities such as Latinos or African Americans. These communities often face prejudice, which can put them at a disadvantage in the workforce. These systemically set struggles only emphasize the importance of providing help to those who need it. Based on my hypothesis, some of my primary findings after my volunteering experience at ANC is that people want to help, and many families are able to benefit from food distribution services. There are already programs in place that aid in food assistance, but these organizations do need the extra help. And if people can donate their time or their resources, then more families may be able to overcome food insecurity. Additionally, some solutions that could help is, on the macro level, there could be a national effort to increase federal assistance in support of food purchasing. On the meso level, there could be a statewide transportation service implemented to bring food to those who don't have consistent access. And on the micro level, farmers markets could be coordinated to provide more accessible locations for individuals across the island of Oahu. On all levels, advertisements could be implemented to spread awareness of the issue, providing more opportunities for donations. Overall, this project has shown me that there is an effort to provide food assistance, and with more help from the community, more families will be able to benefit.